Hi everyone, Al the Psych here. I have a real quick video for informational purposes only. This one is on anger, how to deal with it from a Stoic perspective, and I've taken the information uh, of this for this video from the book How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, and this is by Donald Robertson. This was published in 2019. Really like the book. It kind of makes a comparison of Stoicism and cognitive behavior therapy, how they're very similar. So he focuses a lot on Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor, and he's famous for writing the Meditations. And if he wasn't a Stoic, he definitely at least practiced a lot of the philosophy involved in it. So Marcus Aurelius, he was famous for remaining calm in the face of provocation. But he always wasn't like that. When he was younger, he had his anger issues. So he had to practice and train himself to overcome feelings of anger. And so he had to practice techniques to overcome his anger. So this reminds me a lot of homework assignments that you might get if you're working with a therapist and doing CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. You know, homework assignments are often a part of the therapy. Now, Marcus Aurelius, he believed that true strength consisted of one's ability to show kindness, not violence or aggression. And I thought about this, and this really makes sense to me. It's so easy, I think, to respond, reflexively, instinctively, and just, let your anger kind of take charge, take control. So to actually, stop, think, and maybe try and put yourself in that person's position can be a difficult thing to do, in the heat of the moment. Now, dealing with feelings of anger by cultivating greater empathy and understanding toward others is one of the major recurring themes of the Meditations that Marcus Aurelius wrote. So this reminds me of theory of mind, if you've heard that term, and I'll do a video on that. But theory of mind is basically the ability to put yourself in the position of another. And doing this can often change how you perceive a situation. What I like to do, and just to kind of actually help myself out when I'm driving the freeway, and if somebody cuts me off, my first instinct is to think about something rotten about the person. But hopefully I can kind of turn that off and think, okay, maybe the guy's not really a jerk. Maybe there's something going on that maybe he has to rush to the hospital or something like that, and he's not thinking clearly. So I'll kind of rationalize it like that, or at least try to. But that's kind of the same idea. Trying to put yourself in the position of the other person. Okay. So the Stoics believe that anger is actually a form of desire. In the way it's written in the book, it's a desire for revenge on one who seems to have done an injustice inappropriately. So, desire for revenge, I guess, is the way he's putting it, but it makes sense. So the Stoics' approach to dealing with anger, there's 5 points listed here. Number 1, self-monitoring. So spot early warning signs of anger to nip it in the bud. I mean, this is just common sense here. When you start hearing a little sound in your car, find out about it early before it turns into some major repair bill. Okay, same thing with with us as people. You know, if I'm starting to feel it, see if I can catch it, you know, before it gets out of control, and then makes it that much more difficult to rein in. Number two is cognitive distancing. Remind yourself that the events themselves don't make you angry, but your judgments about them do. And this is classic CBT. You know, read Albert Ellis, and this will be all over the print. Number three is postponement. Wait until your feelings of anger have naturally abated before you decide how to respond to the situation. Okay. And I'm sure we've heard sayings, you know, like sleep on it, or wait until you've calmed down, or something like that. So that's the point here. You can't really think so clearly if your emotions are kind of running amok. You know, if your limbic system, the part of the brain that regulates emotions, if it's kind of running crazy, okay, that's not the time to make some important decisions. All right. Number four, modeling or imitating virtue. Okay. Ask yourself what a wise person would do. So if you have somebody that somewhat of a model, or tends to be a wise thinking sort of person, you know, what would that person do? You know, would this person kind of wait and let things simmer and simmer down? You know, so maybe that would be an opportunity for you to use that particular point. And then the final one, number five, functional analysis. So you picture the consequences of following anger versus following reason. You know, if I follow anger to the point of getting aggressive, you know, what are the possible consequences of that? You know, if I hit somebody, okay, I could be in serious trouble there. Versus following reasoning, you know, can I avoid the situation and get out of a potentially volatile situation? So there you have it. That's the Stoic approach to dealing with anger. And again, you know, if you have any comments, questions, anything, go ahead and put them down in the comments.